Cyber attacks affect millions of people every year in the most difficult ways imaginable. From loss of assets to misuse of personal information, they can pose a huge threat to not only local but national security. The question is, how are you preparing for them? And what additional steps are you taking to ensure the security of your personal property and information? Stick around with us and learn how to be prepared. By the end of this special, we want you to be ready for it and living fearlessly Fairfax. My name is Alwyn Sheriff, and I'm helping the city of Fairfax to provide you with the information you need to prepare for any disaster that comes your way. Before we talk about the potential dangers of the internet, let's take a look at what cyber terrorism is. According to the FBI, it's any premeditated, politically motivated attack against information, computer systems, computer programs, and data which results in violence against non-combatant targets by subnational groups or clandestine agents. Now that's a mouthful, but to put it more simply, it's the use of technology to cause widespread disruption and fear. You've probably heard of examples like hacking, introducing viruses, website defamation, terroristic threats, and denial of services. Cyber attacks on companies and businesses continue to grow, and the associated costs are soaring even higher. Now let's take a look at how and why a cybercriminal may choose to take advantage of users like ourselves. Firstly, cybercriminals may engage in identity theft so that they can gain access to your own services or personal asset accounts. They can try to steal your money so that they can misuse your funds. They could access your personal networks and take advantage of your relationships. They could even act for political reasons. They could just be curious about what you're hiding, but worst of all, they may be intentionally trying to inflict some type of harm through terrorism. So, where do we start from here? Well, we can begin with these 4 online safety areas. If you're asking yourself, what do I usually do on the internet? Or do I have any antivirus software? Or have I ever had information stolen from me before? Well, these are the right questions to ask. When it comes to these basics, they're usually the best place to start. Many scammers use emails, fake websites, charitable donations, online dating services, online auctions, health insurance, and plenty more. Let's go through some online safety basics when it comes to the most frequent types of cybercrime. First, let's talk about spamming and phishing. Now, this might not be the traditional spam and phishing that you're used to, but you should be aware of the dangers they pose on the web. Malicious emails look like they've come from a financial institution, e-commerce site, government agency, or any other service or business. They often urge you to act quickly, and they can note that your account has been compromised. They can even say that an order hasn't been fulfilled, or that you have some other urgent matter to address. But if you're unsure if an email request is legitimate, try to verify it with these steps. Try contacting the company directly. Now, you can do this by either using information provided on the account statement, on the company's official website, or on the back of the card. You can try searching the company online, but not with the information provided in the email. Now, how can you reduce spam? You can enable filters on email programs. You can report it, and you can own your online presence. Now, when it comes to phishing, these attacks use email or malicious websites to collect personal and financial information. They can even infect your machine with malware and viruses. This can occur when you click on a phishing link. Want to know how to stop them? Just follow the same steps we provided you, and you're well on your way to protecting your information. Now for some online shopping tips. Remember, when you're looking to purchase a product, take a look at the reviews to see how customers have felt about their experiences with the product. Personal information is like money. Value it and protect it. When making a purchase online, be alert to information you're providing to the vendor. Only provide information that you think is necessary. Another tip is to use safe payment options, like credit cards, and they're usually the safest, especially if your order hasn't arrived or isn't correct. You can also read return policies and other website information so that you know what to expect if the purchase doesn't go as planned. And lastly, check to be sure that the site is security enabled. Look for HTTPS web addresses indicating extra measures to help secure your information. The S is for security. Let's take a quick second to talk about data protection. If you want to protect your data, you have to limit the type of business you conduct over public Wi-Fi connections. Make sure you create the best passcodes for lock screens on all of your devices and back up all of your data. Change your passwords often and don't use the same password for multiple accounts. Now let's talk about botnets, ransomware, and malware. Botnets are networks of computers infected by malware and controlled remotely by criminals. Ransomware attacks are used to try and get users to click on attachments or links that appear legitimate but contain malicious code. These attacks access a victim's files, lock and encrypt them, then demand the victim to pay a ransom to get them back. Malware negatively affects a computer if it's introduced in some type of executable code, scripts, active content, or other software. If you want to protect yourself, make sure you have the most up-to-date antivirus software and don't click on any suspicious links. So, what should you do if you're compromised? Well, if you fall victim to a scam, report it to the appropriate people within the organization, including network administrators. They can be alert for any suspicious or unusual activity. If you believe your financial accounts may be compromised, contact your financial institution immediately and close the accounts. Continue to watch for any unauthorized charges to your account. Also, consider reporting the attack to your local police department and file a report with the Federal Trade Commission or the Internet Crime Complaint Center. Now, I know you're going through a bit of an information overload. Cyber preparedness isn't easy, but if we were to select the top 5 things that you should take away from this special, it would include these as your foundation. First, remember to keep your software up to date. Next, back up your information. Then use antivirus software. Make strong passwords, and pay attention to all online threats. If you haven't already, now's the time to sign up for Fairfax City Alerts. You can get important updates of your own choosing. And don't forget, you can access more online preparedness from the City of Fairfax and PlanetReady.com. Thanks for getting prepared with us. As a resident of the City of Fairfax, you can do your part by getting prepared so that together we can be a resilient community in the face of disaster of all kinds.